Hi everyone, welcome to Learn English Beyond Words. I'm John.
And I am Carol. We are your English teachers. Today we are talking about your brain. If you want to speak English fluently, you do not need a bigger dictionary. You need a better brain training routine.
Today we will show you exactly how to rewire your brain to stop translating, stop pausing, and start speaking English automatically.
Stick around until the end of the video. We will teach you a mental trick to stop your brain from panicking when you completely forget a word in the middle of a conversation.
And I will show you how your brain actually stores vocabulary and why learning single words from a list is destroying your memory.
If you want to train your brain and finally speak with confidence, please give this video a like right now. It helps our free masterclasses reach more students.
And hit subscribe to join our learning family. Now let's jump straight into the science of fluency. Let's start by understanding how your head actually works. There is a scientific word called neuroplasticity.
Do not worry, it is a very simple concept. Neuro means brain. Plasticity means plastic. Your brain is not a hard, heavy rock. Your brain is like soft plastic. It changes its shape based on what you do every single day.
To understand fluency, imagine your brain is a huge, dark forest. When you learn a new English word for the first time, you walk into that forest. You step on the grass. You create a tiny, small dirt path.
Because the path is so small, it is very hard to walk on it. When you are talking to a native speaker, your brain tries to find that word, but the path is full of rocks and trees. It takes your brain 3 or 4 seconds to find the word.
That delay, that silence, is the lack of fluency.
But what happens if you walk on that dirt path every day? What happens if you speak that word out loud 100 times? The grass dies, the rocks disappear, the path gets wider and wider.
Eventually, that tiny dirt path becomes a massive paved high-speed highway.
When the highway is built, the English word travels from your brain to your mouth instantly. It travels at 100 miles per hour. This is the definition of fluency. Fluency is just a high-speed highway in your brain.
Many students tell us, John, Carol, I'm just bad at English. My memory is bad. This is a lie. You are not bad at English. Your brain just has too many dirt paths and not enough highways. Today, we will show you how to build those highways quickly.
Why do so many students study English for 5 or 10 years, but their highways never get built? Why do they still freeze when they speak?
It's because of the input and output problem. This is a trap that 90% of English learners fall into.
Your brain processes information in 2 different ways. Input is receiving information. Listening to a podcast, watching a movie, reading a book, the English goes into your brain.
Output is producing information, writing a message or speaking out loud. The English comes out of your brain.
Here's the big, uncomfortable secret. Input does not equal output.
If you listen to English movies for 3 hours a day, your listening highway becomes huge. You will understand native speakers perfectly, but your speaking highway stays small and weak.
You cannot train your brain to speak by just listening. Let's use a gym example. Imagine you want to be very strong. You sit on the sofa and watch a video of a man lifting heavy weights. You watch this video for 10 hours.
Will your muscles grow? Will you become strong? No, you're just watching. To get strong, you must pick up the heavy weights and lift them yourself.
Speaking is lifting the weights. To train your brain to speak fluently, you must practice output. You must open your mouth and push the air out. You must make noise. Listening is comfortable, but speaking is where the real brain growth happens.
Now that we know we must practice output, let's talk about brain trick number 1. This is about your physical body. Speaking English is a physical sport.
Your mouth, your lips, your teeth, and your tongue are full of muscles. In your native language, your brain sends automatic signals to these muscles to make sounds. Your mouth is an expert in your native language.
But English has different sounds. The muscles in your mouth do not know how to move in the English way. They are weak. They are beginners.
You must train your motor memory. Motor memory is the memory of movement. When you learn to ride a bicycle, you don't read a book about bicycles. You sit on the bike, you fall down, and your body learns the balance. Your body remembers.
To build motor memory for English, you must use a technique called shadowing. Shadowing is very simple. You find a short video of a native speaker, you play one sentence, you pause the video, you repeat the sentence out loud in your room.
But here's the most important part. Don't just whisper the words softly. You must speak with a loud, strong voice. You must over-exaggerate the movements of your mouth. Open your jaw wide, move your lips.
The first time you do this, your mouth will actually feel tired. Your jaw might feel a little sore. That's a good thing. That means the muscles are working.
When you shadow native speakers every day for 10 minutes, your brain maps the physical feeling of English. After a few weeks, your mouth will move automatically without your brain needing to think about it. The physical highway is built.
Brain trick number 2 is about how you memorize vocabulary. This is where schools and textbooks make a huge mistake.
Most beginners learn words one by one. They have a notebook and they write a list. Dog, house, run, fast, beautiful. They memorize single words.
Let's look at what happens in your brain when you try to speak using single words. You want to tell a story. Your brain has to find word number 1. Then it finds word number 2. Then it sends the words to the grammar factory in your head.
The grammar factory says, wait, what is the tense? Is it past or present? Do I need to add an S? Then, finally, your brain pushes the words together and you speak. This whole process takes 5 seconds. It's too slow. The conversation dies.
Your brain loves boxes. It loves packages. You must train your brain to learn chunks.
A chunk is a group of words that always live together. They are a team. You don't separate them.
For example, don't learn the word piece. Don't learn the word cake.
Learn the chunk. A piece of cake. This means something is very easy.
When you learn the chunk, a piece of cake, your brain stores it as one single item. Your brain does not see 4 words. It sees one box.
Let's look at more examples of powerful chunks. Instead of learning the word mind, learn the chunk I changed my mind. This means you decided something different. Instead of learning the word look, learn the chunk I am looking forward to it. This means you are excited about the future. Instead of learning the word way, learn the chunk by the way. This is used to change the subject in a conversation.
When you speak using chunks, you sound completely fluent. Why? Because your brain is loading full, perfect sentences instantly.
You bypass the slow grammar factory in your head. You don't need to think about the rules because the chunk is already perfectly organized. Learn chunks, not words.
Okay, we promised you a mental trick at the beginning of the video. We call it the 5-second fear rule. This is for the scariest, most terrible moment in English.
You know this moment. You are talking to a native speaker, the conversation is going well, you feel confident, and suddenly your brain goes completely blank. You forget a simple word.
In the middle of your brain, there is a small area called the amygdala. This is your fear center. When you forget a word, this fear center explodes.
Your body thinks you're in danger. Your heart beats very fast, your face feels hot, your breathing becomes shallow. You panic.
When beginners panic, they usually do 2 things. First, they say, and then they apologize. They say, sorry, my English is bad. And then they stop talking. The conversation is ruined.
You must train your brain to beat this fear. You do this with the 5-second rule.
When you forget a word, do not panic and never apologize. Step 1, stop speaking completely. Close your mouth. Step 2, look the other person directly in the eyes. Step 3, take a slow, deep breath for 5 seconds.
Now, 5 seconds feels like a very, very long time to you. You feel like you are standing in silence for an hour, but it's an illusion.
To the other person, you do not look scared. You look like a very intelligent, thoughtful person who is thinking deeply about what to say next. Silence is powerful.
During those slow 5 seconds of breathing, the fear center in your brain calms down. The panic stops. The oxygen returns to your brain.
Often, when you just pause and relax, the lost word magically appears in your head. The highway clears up and you can continue your sentence.
But what happens if you wait 5 seconds and the word still does not come back? Do you open a dictionary app on your phone?
No, never open a dictionary in the middle of a conversation. That stops the human connection. If the word does not come back, you use brain trick number 4, circumlocution.
Circumlocution means talking around a word. If you do not have the exact brick to build the house, you use a different brick. You use simple words to describe the missing word.
Imagine you're talking about your kitchen and you forget the word refrigerator. Do not panic.
Just describe what a refrigerator does. You can say, the big cold box where I keep my milk and vegetables.
The native speaker will instantly smile and say, "Oh, the refrigerator." And you say, "Yes, exactly." The conversation continues perfectly.
To do this easily, you need to use umbrella words. An umbrella covers many things. An umbrella word covers many specific items.
The two best umbrella words in English are thing and stuff. Thing is for single objects. Stuff is for groups of objects or materials.
Let's practice. You forget the word wallet. Say, I lost the small leather thing where I keep my money.
You forget the word laundry. Say, I need to wash all my dirty stuff this weekend.
By doing this, you train your brain that forgetting a word is not dangerous. You teach your brain that it can always survive using the simple vocabulary it already has. You build massive, unbreakable confidence.
Let's move to brain trick number 5. If you want your brain to think in English automatically, you must surround your brain with English. You must build an English bubble.
Many students think they need to travel to the United States or the UK to get fluent. They say, Carol, I cannot afford an airplane ticket. I will never be fluent.
That is simply not true. You can create total English immersion inside your own bedroom.
The first step is the habit of self-talk. You must become the narrator of your own life.
When you're alone, talk out loud about what you're doing. If you're cooking dinner, narrate the process like a TV chef.
Say, I am cutting the chicken. I am turning on the stove. The pan is hot. I am putting the chicken in the pan. It smells delicious.
When you do this, you connect the English words directly to your physical actions. You delete your native language from the process.
The second step is to change your visual environment. Your brain looks at your phone for hours every day. If your phone is in your native language, your brain stays in your native language.
Change the language of your phone, your computer, and your social media apps to English. Yes, it will be frustrating for 3 days. You will not know where the settings are.
But after 3 days, your brain will adapt. You will learn words like share, forward, delete, and settings without ever opening a textbook. The words will become automatic highways.
We want to show you exactly what an English-trained brain sounds like. We are going to do a fast simulation.
We are going to imagine a student who has trained their brain using our 5 tricks. This student is taking the bus to work. Let's listen to their internal monologue, the voice inside their head.
Notice how the student uses simple chunks, narrates their environment, and does not use their native language. Okay, I'm walking to the bus stop. The weather is pretty nice today. It's a little bit cloudy, but it's not raining. Oh, here comes the bus. I need to find the small card to pay for the bus. My bus pass. Yes, I found it. I'm sitting down. The bus is very crowded today. There are a lot of people. The man next to me is reading a book. He looks very tired. When I get to the office, I have a big meeting. I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm looking forward to it. It will be a piece of cake. I need to remember to call my mother later. I'll call her when I wrap up my work at 5 o'clock.
Wow, did you hear that? The student described their reality perfectly.
Let's point out the tricks they used. They narrated their actions. I'm walking, I'm sitting down. They used circumlocution when they forgot a word, the small card to pay for the bus. They used chunks, like looking forward to it, a piece of cake, and wrap up.
If you can train your brain to think like this on your morning commute, you'll be fluent in a matter of months. Your brain will be completely comfortable living in English.
Before we give you your homework, Carol and I want to have a serious talk about your mindset.
The biggest block to fluency is not a lack of vocabulary. The biggest block is the desire for perfection.
In school, you're taught that mistakes are bad. If you make a grammar mistake on a test, you get a big red X. You get a bad grade.
Because of this, your brain is terrified of making mistakes. Your brain wants to build a perfect 100% grammatically correct sentence before it lets you open your mouth.
But building a perfect sentence takes 10 seconds. In a real conversation, 10 seconds of silence is deadly.
We want you to adopt a new mindset. Perfection is the enemy of fluency.
You must give your brain permission to make mistakes. You must accept that your English will be a little bit messy.
If you use the wrong verb tense but you do it quickly, the other person will still understand you. If you say, "Yesterday I go to the store," the native speaker hears the word yesterday. They know it's in the past. They understand you perfectly.
Communication is the goal, not perfection. Don't wait for the perfect highway to be built before you drive your car. Drive on the dirt road. The more you drive it, the faster it will become a highway.
We want you to take action. We're giving you a 30-day brain training plan. If you follow this, your brain will change forever.
Task 1. The daily output. For 30 days, spend 5 minutes every morning talking to yourself out loud. Describe your breakfast. Describe your clothes. Make noise.
Task 2 is the chunk collector. Buy a small notebook. Every time you watch a movie or read an article, don't write down single words. Find one full chunk, like "by the way" or "it's on me," and write the whole phrase. Collect one chunk every day.
Task 3. The 5-second pause. During your next English conversation, I challenge you to intentionally pause. Take a deep breath. Look the person in the eye. Prove to your brain that silence is safe.
Task 4 is the English bubble. Right now, after this video finishes, go to your phone settings and change the language to English. Do not change it back.
If you do these 4 tasks, your brain will stop fighting English. It will welcome English as a natural, easy tool for communication.
You now have the science and the tricks to rewire your brain for fluency.
You know that your brain is plastic. You know that you must practice output. You have the 5-second rule to kill your fear, and you know how to use circumlocution to survive any conversation.
Go down to the comments right now and practice your output. Write one full chunk that you use in your daily life. Tell us, what is a piece of cake for you?
For example, you can write, "Cooking dinner is a piece of cake for me." We love reading your comments and seeing your progress.
We're your smart friends, and we believe that you can build those high-speed English highways.
Stay curious, keep talking out loud in the kitchen, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful, fluent day.
See ya!